Did you watch the Jeffrey Dahmer thing?
I watched the first episode. I didn't really
I
get
think
that.
that shit is sick. I think this shit is terrible.
I don't think anybody's in denial about the fact that it's sick, right? He was
No. I think it's sick that there's a Netflix show about it. That everybody worships them and all these girls are obsessed with it. The fact that you probably like the producer girl, are you obsessed with? Do you watch murder documentaries?
I watched the show.
Yeah. I like how he's just stereotyping Sydney.
Well, I'm right. I'm right. Like every girl watches these murder crime documentaries. Girls fall asleep watching it. Just now,
I know.
On the plane here, this girl was falling asleep watching Jeffrey Dahmer eating bodies on Netflix. Like, why are people falling asleep to this?
Because there's a crisis in masculinity. Men are being encouraged to just be this weak, emaciated version of themselves, right? And so at the same time in history, we're finding women drawn to like portrayals of the most extreme evil men who've ever walked the face of the planet.
That's a good point. But it's all the symptom of something negative. It's all the symptom of a godless country, of satanic ideas being pushed on people. The fact that girls are upset, men are becoming weaker, women are becoming stronger, the household is getting messed up, there's no more God, there's more porn, there's more OnlyFans.
Yeah, like at a time where women feel less oppression than ever, they, for some reason, have become obsessed with watching these portrayals of basically men who would kill them.
Yeah.
Hey,
like
I'm not saying I understand it. I could think of a few guesses.
That's a great point. Are you insinuating that women inherently want to be afraid a little bit? They want to live in some sort of fear, because that's the whole point of watching a murder documentary, is that it triggers their emotions. Oh my God, this is terrible. And they could fall asleep to it. They kind of like feeling emotionally scared. And if it doesn't happen in real life, because if your life is like, if you're in wartime, if you're in Iraq, you're in Syria, you're not watching murder documentaries, you're not watching Jeffrey Dahmer. Your world is already, you need to relax. You're going to watch like Adventure Time.
Like it's a horrible feeling when I ask like a gang member, have you seen this show? And it's like a gang related show. And they are like, no, I don't fucking spend my time sitting around watching, like, especially like an older dude. Yeah. Who's like been through it all, had a shitload of his family members killed, whatever. And he's just like, doesn't want to spend his free time watching content about the shit that he basically went through. And I'm over here enjoying this show. Thing is dope because I didn't directly live through it.
Yeah, I think we're turning real life experiences into entertainment too much. I mean, you see it on this podcast too, like the amount of gang members that come on here, and the drill music is becoming more popular, and it sounds dope. I'm not gonna lie, drill music sounds really good. Demonic music is addicting to listen to. It's fun, but it's fun because it's real. We don't like hearing imaginary stuff. Anything that's popping off on Netflix is a real life documentary now. And there's still families of these victims out there for Jeffrey Dahmer. Imagine them seeing that happen.
Oh, yeah, I feel terrible for them.
But everybody still indulges.
Like, I know a girl who lost her fiance recently, died. And when it happened, like, she's kind of a public figure, he's kind of a public figure, but they're not like huge names. And when it happened, for a moment, I was like, oh, fuck, it's going to be all in the media and shit. And then it wasn't. They just didn't really figure it out. They didn't put it together. They didn't, because if they had, it would have been a fucking good story. And I was so happy for her that she did not get covered in the media, because what she went through, losing her fiance, would have been so much worse.
To relive it in social media.
Yeah, and having to read comment sections of people passing judgment on her.
Conspiracy theories
It would 100% have.
Did it.
Exactly. It 100% would have gone in that direction of people like trying to imply that she was responsible and shit. It would have been terrible. And it didn't happen. And luckily she was spared. But the Jeffrey Dahmer thing is an example of like, these people just have to live through this over and over and over.
But even before the men becoming weaker and women becoming stronger, what they showed in that show, and I know this because I was tuning in on the airplane with that girl a little bit, he had fans. He was in the jail cell and they were sending him letters. I'm your biggest fan. Here's some money. And that was in the 70s. So even before feminism really took over, there was still this fascination with murderers it lives in our society more in the West, with the lack of traditional values compared to any other place. There's no way that this would happen in the Middle East. There's no way this would happen in Asia.
But
that
I mean,
a serial killer would be a celebrity.
But I mean, throughout 99% of human history, the king of the society, the guy who had the most control, was the guy who was the biggest and toughest and killed the most people. And now we live in a world where it's not like that, and where we make an effort. If someone's violent, they get thrown in prison, and we make these documentaries about people like Jeffrey Dahmer who managed to evade the system for a period of time and do a lot of evil. And I mean, I guess it's pretty understandable that some percentage of women, apparently a large percentage, would be fascinated with the types of men who, in a lot of ways, would have like ruled society for most of society.
Dahmer wasn't even doing like, he was killing gay guys and eating their body. It was just doing sick shit, like satanic shit.
Yeah, he wasn't like
your shit
doing it.
Goat shit.
Yeah, I'm with him. Me and Jeffrey Dahmer, same type of guy.
Yeah, it wasn't like powerful.
Yeah.
It was just doing sick, disgusting.
You're right.
Shit.
Because if this was a documentary about a guy killing women, then you could kind of go in the direction of like, oh,
and they both get fans. Dahmer gets fans, and so I don't know, but I think it's a reflection of something sick that lives in the minds of all of us.
But the gravitation towards negativity is just such a consistent thing. Like Sunny V2 has one of the biggest YouTube channels that I watch everything he uploads. Every single title is about somebody's life or career going in a bad direction, something really, really bad happening to them.
You love this negative shit, man.
But that's a guaranteed way to get views. If you title the video, "How so-and-so had a great life and died a happy man,"
that does well.
you're not clicking that. Hell fucking no. Nobody's clicking on that. But
How
the
to get
idea
rich videos, like positive motivational videos, do well.
how to get rich is a certain genre.
That's pretty much how this guy became happy and how he died successful, is how to get rich.
If I make a 1-hour video called "Why Sneeko is a Piece of Shit,"
oh, it does way better than
I'm
why
getting a million
Sneeko's a
views.
good person. Yeah, yeah.
Rather than why
like Sneeko.
everybody is wrong about Sneeko.
Yeah.
Even that could maybe get some views because it's implying that I'm going to be talking about people who don't like you. But if I just title the video,
Why
"Sneeko is a
sucks.
great guy. I love Sneeko."
Nobody's
Boom.
clicking it
What
yet.
the fuck?
And they're going to call you dick rider.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to
Sounds
say, like, why are you
stupid as
dick
fuck.
riding? But if you say something negative, like in a 3-hour video, like you're like,
Yeah.
good job. You're-
For a moment, I could say something negative about you on a 1-hour stream, and boom, that's going to get, even if I don't upload it, somebody else is going to upload it as a short or whatever, and that's going to go crazy. We're
How do we-
incentivized to be negative by
Yes.
these platforms.
I don't think it's just the platforms. It's just what we're
It's also
entertained
human
by.
nature, but
It's human
the
nature. That's why
platforms-
fighting does well.
Yeah.
Nobody watches hugging. We watch UFC fights. We want to see someone lose. We want to see someone win.
Right.
All right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. Appreciate y'all.